Hello, folks. Hello. Now we're finally getting to some action, I guess. Let's see. Sam and London scout the area. Barracks first. Wait, what's the population of this place? Peering in windows. There were two soldiers talking on two beds next to each other. Down the way was some soldier with his reading a book on his bed. Some new Western novel. There was a stack of Zeddin newspapers near him. The top stories relating to the war on the Jade Continent. Which the Zen press refused to call a war. Wanda was happy to see that. Instead of what they printed before the war. Before the incident in Libertyburg. Usually a lot of nonsense. So it's about Hollywood weddings. Royal weddings in Europe or celebrity love triangles in Hollywood. Admittedly, the last one was pretty interesting. The last major one was pretty interesting because it ended in a murder. Three in the barracks. Wanda noted. There were 3 occupants. Let's open a window. Get the two talking. You open a window. Go and get the guy reading. Alright, General. Wanda smiled. Wanda would preferred an extra man with them. Somebody to come in through the front door. Preferably with some kind of suppressed rifle. Which Londa and Fam. Out. Handled the room well. Londa and Fam both got windows open without being detected. Detected, not detective. Then they leaned in. They pressed fires and pistols and fired. Were they all 10mm pistols? Probably not. I'll have to check. And fired. Wanda fired in both hands. Fam fired in one hand. Wanda killed the reader. The reader with a bullet to the head. And he dropped the book. Blood splattered book. Ground. His gore, additional blood, splattered that stack of newspapers. adjacent to him. In particular, the top one, its headings. Nuclear terrorism. Terrorism in Zeta. Sam killed both his targets with headshots. So their conversation ended very abruptly. Wanda and Fam then headed inside. That's through their window. Closing down behind them. Barracks 2. This guy itself is a whore, yeah. Very thirsty, I'm not sure why. Have you folks ever seen Twin Peaks? That was quite a show. Goddamn weird. But that's one thing people who don't know about the show know about it. They don't know how interesting it is to watch. I wanted to watch the door. All Fam dragged corpses. Fresh corpses to the rear. Stacked them up like it was the aftermath of some bloody disaster where dead people were all over the place. Saw some of Chernobyl yesterday, folks, the TV show. Very good, I recommend it. A lot of HBO stuff has really slid downhill, but this one was good. Maybe because they got some help from the BBC. And BBC's been slipping a little too, because they're more obsessed with SJW stuff than putting on a good show. You know, like, it's come to the point where it's very awkward and visible, and you're always aware of it. It's like, you know, there are more subdued ways to show that you're not the English of, say, 100 years ago. We're very racist and exploitive to the world, you know. No matter how woke you are in the present, it doesn't change that bloody past, you know. You're not going to change anything. The British oppressed everybody at one point or another. Even us Americans. Not that I'm anti-British, I mean, they don't have an empire anymore, so whatever they do, the closest to an empire they got left, I guess, is the Falklands and Northern Ireland, and they'll probably give that up someday too. And then Scotland will get its independence, and maybe Wales, and you know, and Europe will Britain will end up balkanized. That'd be funny irony, you know. Like, you know, the European Union, all that stuff, Britain broke away, and maybe with the Brexit, and maybe someday it'll end up like balkanized, and it'll be the same with Europe. Maybe Europe will become much more balkanized instead of becoming like the United States of Europe, or whatever the EU's plan is. I don't know. I've never been to Brussels. Maybe I will like to go there someday. I mean, probably got good food. Good food, good drink, friendly people. Wanda was at the door when some patrolling guard opened it and came in. He noticed instantly was Fam kneeling at the end, back of the room, but didn't notice the corpses. Dead from the doorway, the entrance, the corpses just look like a bunch of big green duffel bags. Nice. The guard did not realize instantly that something wasn't right. What are you doing here? The guard asked. Bad Jade. Bad, but still slightly understandable Jade. He didn't see Wanda when he came in, and would never see her. As he took a few steps forward, Wanda shot him in the back of the neck twice. He staggered. He fell to his knees and flat on his face. Got another bullet. It's trouble. Why didn't you hit him? One in his head. Sam asked, standing up. The helmet. The helmet, Wanda replied. It's 10mm. Rubber wouldn't have gone through it. Right. Sam muttered. Then went over and dragged the body. Dead man. The fresh dead man. Join his comrades. I can drag bodies too. Well, not as weak as I look. I'm sure you can drag a corpse. Graham smiled. It would take you twice as long to do so. Yeah, I remember knowing this forever. You couldn't drag bodies around because Kate wasn't strong enough to do that, but because the main character was a lady. But in the second one, she gained the ability to pick up bodies and drag them around easily. So I don't know. She must have did some exercise or something. I don't know. I'm sure women can drag dead bodies around. It's not like these things are unheard of. I've heard of women committing murders and then disposing of dead bodies, like that, like that one that was famous. Irene Charlize Theron played her in a movie. It's weird how censored some of those movies are, If you're gonna make a movie about a serial killer, commit to it. Show me why these people are monsters, Barracks 3. This is Barracks 3, right? So it'll take you twice as long to do. I guess so. That probably hurt my back. Agreed. A bit more useful. You with my back. Not twisted like some accordion. agreed. And moved on to the next barracks, which was Barracks 3. They scouted out like the first. There were only 2 men. Both asleep. Both asleep. What the hell is with my mouth? I'm so thirsty. I don't know why. Had a noodle bowl for breakfast. Maybe that's it. Last time I had a thirsty mouth like this, I also had noodles. Maybe noodles dehydrate you. I don't know. Or maybe it'd have to be like a special kind of noodles. Or salty. Both sleeping in their beds. In their beds. Allow me to handle this. Wanda said to them, you go ahead and... I'm in the wrong area. Of my notes, I mean. Let's see. That's happened before a few times, annoyingly. You go ahead and take these and wait me at the supply office. I'll take it if I can handle it myself. Sam replied and headed off. Wanda climbed in through an open window and she moved to the closest to the sleeping man. Aimed up. He put the pistol almost right to the closest. Almost right to the man's head. Then pulled the trigger. Finally, he was in a sleep. Asleep that none, or very few. Very few ever woke up from. If you believe in Jesus, you believe he woke up from it. I'm not an expert on it, but apparently Jesus was pretty busy when he was dead. He went down to hell, rescued Adam and Eve. Why did they end up in hell? I don't know. Because they ate the forbidden fruit, is that all? Apparently that was the original sin, so anyone on earth, even if they don't do bad things, they're still marked by that, and they'll go to hell when they die if they don't be good people and pray and go to church and all that. I don't believe in any of that. I'm not religious. I'm not some militant atheist that I'll be like, I'll never write a story from the point of view of a religious person. In fact, most of my stories have been written from that point of view. A lot of that's because there probably isn't that many atheists. There wasn't even many atheists back in 1957. And I prefer my bad guys and good guys to believe in a higher power, you know. Wanda did the same with his comrades. Walking up. Shooting, putting one between his eyes. The man made a sound as they died. After they were dead, there was a unpleasant dripping as their blood fell from their wounds and pooled on the floors. While they quickly left to check on and catch up with Pam at the second to last building, the supply office. The supply office, like the radio room building. Should be radio office. The radio building had a little porch up front. It also had two entrances, one at the porch and one at the back. Brad decided they would go in both ways and take out the occupants quickly in a blitz attack. Graham took the front door and Wanda took the back. Both got into the main room about the same time, finding some guy guard flip in his seat in a chair at a desk, flipping through some girly magazine. He took 2 rounds to the back at the same time as he took 2 in the front. With a gulp, he lurched out of the chair, fell to the floor. He took another round between the eyes, delivered by Tham, who stood stared down on for what seemed like a minute while addressing Wanda. Thought there'd be more than 2. And 2. Said. And ordered. I guess it's time. Guardhouse. By the road. First, let's do one last fast sweep of the grounds. Wanda suggested. A few minutes later, Sam and Wanda were certain that the whole outpost was dead, besides the 2 guards at the guardhouse. Both were oblivious, sitting in there, talking at a table, playing cards. Okay, folks, signing off here. Have a nice